Welcome, Charlie Lindstrøm. You are the co-founder of Chimi.
That's
Could
great.
you share a little bit about the story behind Chimi?
Definitely. I mean, in many ways, Chimi is like a reflection of my personal journey and also like my passions. My mom and the grandmother were bespoke tailors, so they teach me like the importance and like the value of craftsmanship. And on my father's side, they're rooted in architecture. So I had this passion led by them when it comes to like structure and forms.
Yeah.
And eyewear became like the perfect middle way of expressing that. Because when you are designing eyewear, it's closer to the techniques that you use when you design furniture or interior designs. When it comes to fashion, it's a lot more abstract. So for me, it was almost easier to find my own expression the way you sketch eyewear and furniture, basically.
And there are some rules you had to adhere to because otherwise...
Yeah, I mean, I'm so much up to or into balance, and I'm pretty good of like illustrating shapes in my head, which are more not just geometrical but more like into systems. It was easy for me to express my aesthetics through eyewear. But with that said, me and my co-founder Daniel, 2016 when we started, we wanted to create balance, not just like in design, but also when it comes to concepts. So we founded this core system with an X and a Y angle, very, very clear system that laid the foundation and gave us an opportunity to make our conceptual drops or seasonal collections even more conceptual. So we were able to deep dive with a greater dimension when it comes to storytelling and when it comes to like translating this abstraction into physical experience, and in that sense also be able to connect deeper with or engage deeper with our community.
What stories did you want to convey? Like what was the inspiration behind?
The inspiration was it's always dependent on what kind of inspiration or what kind of theme you set for the collections. So for example, one of the greatest collaboration we have done, in my opinion, was together with the composer Jacob Milrad. He's maybe one of the most outstanding persons in his category when it comes to like classical music today. Even though he's in such a young age, he does art pieces, but music-wise in the same caliber as Mozart, etc. So
how old is he?
He is the same age as me, so around 35.
Okay.
But with that said, we started a conversation, and he was so interested by me describing how the functionality of the lens was working, etc. So he started to visualize how music could end up with like trying to translate the the sun entering the lens, etc. So it was very abstract, but we had this 2.5-hour conversation about that, and that started something. So it ended up with him creating this amazing composition for us. That's called Chimi Symphony, and then we translated that into a campaign that we felt were suitable for imagery in the same world, so to say, and we launched it at the Swedish Natural Theatre Dramaten in Stockholm, which was we were the first brand ever actually as a commercial brand to enter Dramaten, and there we did a dimension more, we did a collaboration with Alexander Wesley, which is Jacob's like partner in crime when it comes to translating the music into physical art installations. So Wesley then took inspiration from the product and Jacob's symphony and created like this physical experience. So the result was an audio visual experience.
Amazing. And how did people respond to this? Because it's very avant-garde, but also like,
I mean, at that time, it was during the pandemic, sadly, we launched that concept. It was, for the ones who understood, it was mind-blowing, I think, since we were still almost like a startup company, and we are not that big today either, but at that time, I mean, we were a small eyewear brand, and we managed to do that kind of step or impression, both in the art scene but also in the fashion scene, and like connect those two worlds.
And in a time where everyone was craving connection and needed something else.
Yeah.
How do you balance staying on trend and in touch with like the consumer while maintaining a, timeless aesthetic?
I mean, our DNA is like rooted between the art, the architecture, and the fashion, and we take like inspiration from these timeless areas and try to reimagine them in a modern way. So we have our core collection as a foundation that we like make sure that we are still timeless, but we will always develop that, of course, but the relevance comes then from our research and our interesting in try to jump on the trains that we think are interesting, so to say. So it could be anything, and it's almost like selfish, because it could be something that I feel like that I want to learn more about. So it's almost like self-educating. If you find a theme that you personally like love and want to learn more about, and then you educate yourself in the same time that you develop this concept and collection.
What are the current collection that you're displaying here at SIF? Where did you get inspiration for that?
It's so divided, and this season that we or next season that we drop is the first season that we work in the fashion schedule, that we drop like whole collections with a line theme over spring, summer, and then autumn, winter. But this season or the things that we are presenting now at SIF is a combination of a lot of different like small limited concepts. We have a backgammon game that we did with NM3, an Italian or Milano-based furniture company that is like specified into steel, and they are famous for their like extremely minimalistic way to do easy furnitures. So we combined their world with ours and find a way to use spare materials from our production that we integrated in their design. So it's a combination then with steel and acetate from our spare production that we reused and reshaped, which is pretty uncommon in the furniture industry to work that kind of, or to use that kind of material. And the backgammon was just like, I zoomed in with Niccolo, the founder of NM3, and Italians, like they're very big in board games. Yeah. And the only...
Danes are too.
Danes are too, that's amazing. Danes are too. And I were, at that time when we started this conversation, one of my best friends just had teach me backgammon. And like I said, I was pretty selfish because I wanted to learn more about backgammon. I was like, okay, this is a board game for me, so let's do it at the same time, and then I get more forced to actually be good at it.
What does it mean for Chimi to be a present here at the Fashion Week here at SIF?
Of course, like trade fairs in general, like this is invaluable for brands to be able to like start conversations and to expand like audience in a natural way. So for us, since we have been very how do you say exposed at Paris when it comes to like different kinds of showrooms until we open up our first store in Paris in La Marais. So now we work more from there, but for us now in this stage it was very important for us to like reconnect with the Scandinavian market. Because this is the first time we're here.
Amazing.
And this is obviously, since you have, if you compare this to the fairs that you have, for example, in Paris, you have Silmo, which is like an optician fair. You don't have the same connection to the fashion industry.
Oh.
And it's not that personal. It feels like more like you walking this lines and this trails without it's not that inspirational. So here it feels more like you have built small living rooms in another way.
There's the synergy between the brands.
Exactly. So for us this is a perfect way to be able to learn from competitors or learn from all the people we meet and start conversations. I mean, community
and even forge new collaborations maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think the future holds for Chimi? Will you stick with eyewear, or do you think you could maybe expand into different areas as well? What are you thinking?
I mean, we have done some drops within ready-to-wear. That was a passion from my mother's side and a dream for me when I was like a young kid to do a fashion brand, and I worked within different kind of fashion brands from Sweden at young age. So, but it's. For me, it's also I have so much respect when it comes to full ready-to-wear collections. So we tried to connect that or our ready-to-wear pieces into conceptual drop. So it make more sense of us doing it, so to say, to like build a bridge between. Today, I would say that we're the future, that we will absolutely do partnerships and how do you say elaborate with products that we think creates value for our storytelling. So we're pretty open and very intentional.
Open for business.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.